When I first start working with clients, I'll usually ask them one simple question. And that's not what do you want to manifest, but who do you want to become? And that question catches them off guard from time to time. But it's the identity question that changes everything about their manifestation. And in today's video, we're going to cover identity shift manifestation in a way that you've never seen before. You're going to want to save this one because in today's video, we're going to go through what identity shift really is, what yours might be, and how it might be quietly blocking what's coming through for you. And I'm going to be showing the 3-step process to start to shift your identity today. If you're new here, I'm Hanson. I'm the founder of Manifestation Pulse. Over the last 5 years, I've helped over 200 people become the version of themselves who attracts everything in by default through the Pulse method. An identity shift is at the core of that work because it's not so much what you want to manifest, it's who you want to become. And once you understand that shift will enable your magnetism at rates of speed that you have never seen before. So this is what I see most often with clients, particularly new ones. And so clients will do visualizations, affirmations, scripting, every technique you can think of under the sun, but it keeps falling agonizingly out of reach. Why? Because they're building on top of a self-concept that doesn't really believe it. So if you are someone who wants to manifest more money, but your identity is someone who actually doesn't believe you deserve money or believes that money is a really scarce resource that actually you're not deserving of or worthy of, then no matter how many affirmations you say, no matter what techniques you use to try and move forward, your identity is going to keep rooting you to that core self-concept. You see, the issue here isn't the technique. It's the fact that your identity layer doesn't align with your goal. And if your identity layer doesn't align with your goal, then you can never manifest fully to your potential because you don't believe it. And if you don't believe it, then not only will your conscious mind work against you, but your subconscious mind is already programmed to notice who you are, not what you want. So here's what your identity really is. So when I say identity, I don't mean your personality. It's not the things that make you you. It's the self-concept of who you believe you are. And your self-concept has been formed over many, many years. Through the stories you were told in childhood, through the successes and failures you've had as a kid, in young adulthood, and in more recent times. It's built up through many, many, many layers. And what's happened is that your mind is aligned to your self-concept, your subconscious in particular. So when I talk about subconscious, it's things like the reticular activating system. So your reticular activating system is your brain's filter. You are taking in every single second 11 million bits of different information, but your brain can only process 50 each second. And so your reticular activating system is aligned with your subconscious beliefs about who you are. And it will filter out the things that it believes are relevant for you and your current self-concept and kick away the rest. And that's why when you start to make those slow but steady shifts in manifestation in the early days, you start noticing a little bit more of the things that you're wanting to bring in. So if you want to manifest a new relationship, maybe you start to see people that are smiling at you more. Maybe you start to get more matches on dating apps. Maybe you don't, not relying on apps at all. Maybe you're out there meeting people in real life. You're building real connections. Maybe if you want a new career, suddenly there's that perfect job posting that came up. And it's not that those things weren't always there. They were always there. But you have learned how to train your reticular activating system to the person you want to become. And that's the key in all of this. If you can learn how to become the identity of the person you truly want to be, everything around you will start to rebuild, reshift, realign with how you see the world. So as Neville Goddard said, one of the most prominent teachers in this space, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Now, a lot of people get confused with this because they believe that statement means assuming, so pretending to be the wish fulfilled. No, it means becoming the person of whom that wish is already fulfilled. And that's the thing that trips a lot of people up. He's fundamentally talking about identity. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The wish fulfilled is already done by the person that you want to become. So all you are doing is assuming that identity. Now that's a really important learning here, because once you understand how identity works from your neuroscience perspective, you can start to shift everything around you and shift that identity to the person that you truly want to become. So you're no longer someone who's trying to manifest X. You're someone of whom X is natural. Let me say that again. You're no longer someone who's trying to manifest X. You're someone of whom X is natural. And that's the difference that we're going to be going through next in our 3-layered approach. So how do you make this shift possible? There's a 3-layer approach that I go through with my clients and that you can actually get for free in the Pulse method below. And in that Pulse method, you'll notice not just where you're stuck, but also what you need to move forward to the next stage of your manifesting. If you want it, grab it for free in the description below. But step 1 is all about noticing your current identity. And this is where you're being called to shift from someone who reacts to someone who observes. So when you think about what you want to manifest, what are some of those feelings that come up about you? Do you feel worthy or unworthy? Do you feel it's in your grasp, or that it's just a little bit elusive away from you all the time? Just pause when you think about what you want to manifest and just think about, who am I in relation to this? Because if you can answer this question honestly, that's the really key first step to acknowledging your current identity. Just notice, no judgment. Step 2, define the identity of the person you want to become. Now, this is the part that's going to call you to get specific. So when you think about the identity of the person you want to become, be really granular about them. How do they dress? What time do they wake up? What's their first meeting of the day? What kind of food do they eat? What kind of content do they consume? You need to think about these things, not just as that final, finished, polished version of that identity. It's all the habits and decisions and granular details that make up that identity. Again, I'm not talking about personality. Who you are is who you are. And you are a beautiful, beautiful personality in this world. But your identity, the habits, decisions, patterns that you take every day, those can shift. And once those do, you will find that everything you want becomes magnetically attracted to you, not the other way around. So step 2 here, notice and identify who it is exactly that you want to become. Drop it in the comments. Make it intentional. List out the things of the identity of who you want to become and start to make it real. Step 3, practice being that person. Now, as soon as I said that, you might be thinking, well, that's easier said than done. Well, no, actually it's not. When I say practice being that person, those lists of habits, decisions, patterns that you just wrote down from step 2, what 3 can you do for the rest of this week that you didn't do last week? Next week, how do those 3 things become 4 things? And then 5 things? And some of these decisions can be really small. They can be about what time you wake up. They can be about choosing to watch this or read this instead of watch this. They can be about cooking yourself one healthy meal more than you currently do. They might be about reconnecting with a network or a person that can open a door for you. It might be about putting yourself out there, being vulnerable, so that the world or someone that you want to see you sees you. But whatever it is, these small decisions will start to ladder up over time. But what they really do is this: at subconscious level, you are finally telling your brain that this version of you is safe. Because remember, the brain has one role. Your mind is programmed to keep you safe, not thriving, not growing, not loving, safe. So anything it does, it has defined as safety. And that is its core metric, if you like, for you. But these small decisions, what it starts to do is it starts to reshape your subconscious so that it knows that these decisions, which you wouldn't have done before, these are safe because you're starting to repeat them on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. And over time, what you'll notice is that those small decisions become much bigger decisions, become enormous decisions. But what you're doing is you are reprogramming your mind around the things that it considers safe, and therefore the identity shift that is happening as a result. So remember, it's the accumulation of daily quiet choices that really shifts the identity. And once you are in that place, once you're starting to feel a little bit of a shift, not even a major one, just a little bit, then you're ready for affirmations. Then you're ready for visualizations. Then you're ready for scripting. And I'm going to give you 5 today that are going to help power your identity like never before. And these are real identity shift affirmations. And they are the following. Number 1, I am someone who naturally attracts what is meant for me. I am someone who naturally attracts what is meant for me. Number 2, my identity is expanding. I'm becoming more of who I truly am every single day. My identity is expanding. I am becoming more of who I truly am every single day. 3, I release the identity that shaped my past. I step fully into who I am becoming. I release the identity that shaped my past. I step fully into who I am becoming. Number 4, abundance, love, and opportunity recognize me because I recognize myself. Abundance, love, and opportunity recognize me because I recognize myself. And number 5, I don't need to force what is already aligned with who I am. I don't need to force what is already aligned with who I am. So say these daily as part of that practice. Let me know how you got on. This is a really crucial part of your manifestation. Now, don't forget, you can also download for free the Pulse method in the description below and in the comments. And let me know how this shift feels for you. Do you have any questions? I will read every single comment, and I'm determined for you to get to the next stage. I'm rooting for you. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.